Goosebumps. They're so good, it's scary.
Hello, Goosebumps fans. I was thinking of something, and this is an interesting question. Kind of like The Simpsons, kind of like Dragon Ball Z at one point, kind of like One Piece. They all kept on going. The real question is, what will happen if Goosebumps kept on going? And of course, some will actually be like, Goosebumps couldn't actually continue, man. They're just like, no, let's try this. So here's the issue. The reason why Goosebumps got canceled is because Fox Kids was crumbling at the seams. I mean, yes, technically there might be some other detail, but personally, I think it's because Fox Kids was crumbling at the seams. Okay, crumbling at the seams. Now, the interesting part is, what if they could have jumped ship? What if they could have actually went somewhere else and continued on? Now, that's an interesting question. So, first things first was Kids WB had the Nightmare Room. And the Nightmare Room went down. Yeah, I think it had 2 seasons, but it went down. So the interesting part would be, what if they were able to get Goosebumps? Now, if Kids WB was able to get Goosebumps, that would be a freaking whoa. But considering Foxbox showed up, Foxbox had nothing to do with Fox, period, because all the archives that Fox Kids had went to Disney. So Disney had almost everything. Mostly some Goosebumps too. Like, yeah, Goosebumps was actually in their vault, in their dungeon. I mean, their vault. It's like, it was in there. And, well, the good news is it found its way out. I mean, technically, I think that Fox Kids had an agreement with Disney, or Disney had, just like how apparently WB has, and I know this is not pertaining to anything, but WB has all of the music cues of Sailor Moon, the original 1990s Sailor Moon that apparently was illegal. They have that. Disney has all of the music tracks for Goosebumps. So that means that, I guess, Fox was able to keep it, or Saban's was it? I think it was Saban's. I don't know. It was a mixture of both. That they both were able to actually have it. And they eventually loaned it out to Fox Kids, to Cartoon Network in 2007, 2006, 2008. I think it's 2006 or something. Now, the interesting part would be this. So let's say, even though sadly it will get ruined later. It's like, it'll get ruined later, but let's just go with it for right now. It goes to Fox Kids. Goes to Kids WB. Kids WB will run it from, I would think it'll have to be, it's like, it had to be like a 2-year pause, because they did have Nightmare Room, but I'm pretty sure they came at the same exact time. Not beginning, but it was running at the same exact time. So as soon as it went down, that's when they bought Goosebumps. That's when they got it. And then as soon as they got Goosebumps, it went from that time all the way to 2006. Because Kids WB was alive until 2006. And lo and behold, Goosebumps could have actually been in weekdays again. So, just so you know, it's like, that could have happened. That would have been cool. We don't know exactly how crazy they are. They would have even put Goosebumps early in the morning too. Early in the morning. But of course, it varies. For me, I had Carmen Sandiego. Yeah, lucky me. Lucky me. So if that's true, then that means that it would have had like at least a few more seasons. I bet most likely at this point we're at season 9. So then the crazy question will be, will Cartoon Network still be able to buy all of them? Which I don't think. I think Cartoon Network will only be able to buy the Fox versions. But of course, considering Fox will be partnering with Kids WB now, I have no idea how this will play out. But I'm pretty sure that maybe the newer versions will not be on Fox Kids. On Cartoon Network. But the newer versions will be still out there. So they will have the newer versions. The newer versions will have to end at season 9. Because just like how Fox went down with freaking Foxbox and then it turned to 4Kids, eventually we had 2006, Kids WB turned into 4Kids. Yeah, CW 4Kids. As soon as that happened, that was a big oh no. Yeah, so it went down. So it went down. As soon as it went down, 4Kids again doesn't have anything to do with anything. So that means that now they have to look for another place. The good news, bad news is that then they could actually go to Disney, but yeah, Disney's most likely not going to do that. But if Disney did do it, then we have ABC Kids. And ABC Kids didn't really have much except for, of course, Power Rangers. So that means that they could sprinkle in Goosebumps as well. But that would last only until Power Rangers left them, which means that's only 2 years. They only have 2 extra years. So that means that season 10 and season 11 would have been on Disney for ABC Kids. Only if Disney played ball. It's like this is all everything. But I'm pretty sure when it comes to Kids WB, they'll be like, oh hell yeah, because they got Nightmare Room to go against Goosebumps. If they have Goosebumps, then it's a win-win because Nightmare Room wasn't panning out. So as for Disney kind of don't care. And we really don't hope that Disney will just take it to Disney Channel. But chances are they might put it in Disney Channel as well. Most likely they might do that. So at this point, that means that Cartoon Network, which they eventually stopped showing it, but I think they stopped at like 2010 or 11. So sooner or later it stopped. And the Hub actually did have Goosebumps. Let me try to remember when did that first start. I think it first started in 2011. So I guess that's where Goosebumps went. It went to the Hub network. Now that's the interesting situation here where the Hub had the Haunting Hour, but they kind of refused to revive Goosebumps. They're fine having the original Goosebumps episodes, but they don't want to try to revive it. I mean, that's always the thing. But the thing is like, but dude, couldn't you continue on? I don't think it's going to be a horrible thing to continue on. You can still go with the 90s graphics. We're not asking you to put the 2000s or 2010s graphics. I know that sounds horrible. Where it's like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? But it's like, yeah, just adapt it as if it was the 90s show. You don't have to put the new graphics in. You can fool everyone. And I don't think anyone will be mad at you. But instead, they just did the reruns. But Haunting Hour kicked ass, though. Haunting Hour kicked ass, and just like all R.L. Stine shows, it got canceled way too soon. It got canceled because of crap. Yeah. Yeah, it got canceled the same way as Goosebumps. The network ended itself thanks to Hasbro. Hasbro pulled out, and now because Hasbro pulled out, everything that was there and what made the Hub just cracked, and now it's nothing but the freaking Discovery Family channel. Yeah, that sucks, and we have no idea where to this day who has the rights of the Haunting Hour. But whoever does, you're a damn jerk ass. It's like, you're a damn jerk ass, and I hope that the freaking all the footage comes to life and kill you. And come in the house and cut you. Anyways. So if it panned out that way, that means that Disney would have had it from 2008 to 2011. Then, unless they have a hold on it, then that means that Disney can continue on, and that means that it will be with Disney until this day. Now, the other interesting fact would just be the idea of where Disney didn't get to have true rights and ownership of it. And after 3 years, because ABC Kids is gone, it goes into the Hub, and then the Hub does 10 more seasons. So basically, and personally, I would say this is that if it's an old book, use the 90s footage, use the 90s techniques of doing, CGI. If it's the 2000s books, you go with 2000 CGI. 2010 books, you use 2010 CGI. you get what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, whatever book they adapt it in a way that it seems like it's just like as old as the book is, versus it's a new episode. But of course, I'm pretty sure that's not the case. There's many of them who actually did so much more. And well, depending on if the writer stayed after all these years, which I doubt it. After all these decades, of course the writers left. Of course, many of them left. Some of them stayed. The puppeteering guys still stayed, and everything. The writers basically left. Yeah, they left after Werewolf Skin after getting censored. So they had to get brand new writers, and let's hope that the writers are competent enough, because it's going to be a long haul for this TV show. We're trying to make it live. Trying to make it last so long. So that means that the new writers that they come up with have to be good as Haunting Hour. Heck, they could even be the Haunting Hour writers, or heck, even the Nightmare Room writers. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it would be the Nightmare Room writers. That makes sense. The Nightmare Room writers would come over and be like, yeah, hey, what's up, man? And then there we go. You have a good powwow of people who actually adapted R.L. Stine's work working together. It's like, yeah, our show went down, but we're going to make sure that your show still lives. It's like, that's badass. Badass. So by the end of this whole entire idea, if this actually worked, this is how it would last even to this day until the reboot that they announced. So that means by, I think 2019, maybe even I think 2019 is where it ends. And sadly, it gets messed up to where they were going to do the next part of the season, but thanks to COVID, I think I can say it now, it got canceled. Half of it got canceled. So it's just like when it first ended, where season 4 had a second amount of episodes that was going to be made, but it got screwed over. So here we go again, but this time it's a virus that screwed them over, and it ends there, and they're going to reboot it. So I'm pretty sure it's going to reboot itself no matter what. But at least the good news is that with all these years, and I don't know how many episodes it could have been, there could have been lots of them. They could have stayed with the 26, and if so, I'm pretty sure they would have ran out of ideas, or they would have adapted Give Yourself Goosebumps books, or do what they did, which is find short stories again, which, gotta admit, if I would be supremely pissed off that season 5 is all short stories. I'll be like, motherfucker. It's like, yeah, one season is just all short stories because they're too damn scared. Motherfucker. Which, they're not too scared. I'm just saying, though, it's messed up that you have to just go to the short stories instead of actually doing the damn books. And that's the messed up longevity of it all, is that, dude, listen, how the frick are you doing short stories? You're supposed to be selling damn books. And lo and behold, the stories that have the damn freaking stories in them, they're not being printed at all. They stopped printing them. So, idiot, you kind of need to stop doing that crap. Give Yourself Goosebumps, same exact thing. You kind of have to stop doing it when they stop releasing those. The classic ones are the only ones they're re-releasing. So, you need to make sure that all the classics are freaking damn done. Because that's all they're really re-releasing, you idiots. It's like, you son of a... just start hitting them and beating the crap out of them, because it's like, dude, we really need you to get the 62 done. So as you get all the 62 done, I bet technically that's when the show really would get canceled, when they actually are done with the show and they're like, okay, we're off to doing better things, because again, they're here to sell books. Yes, to entertain, but in the end, they're here to sell books. They even made it Goosebumps Presents. Why? They're here to sell books. They try to sell VHSs, but in the end, they're here to sell books. So it gets very messed up where it's like, yeah, they have so many episodes. So the good news is that if they get to the point where they have so many episodes and it can just calm down, that means we can get lots more 2-parters. They can actually calm themselves down and just give us like 1 hour stuff, which I think we're all good with that, right? Is everyone good with that? I'm pretty sure Haunting Hour had like at least a bunch of part 2s. Well, anyways, that is the story of how Goosebumps could have actually made it all the way to at least 2019. It would exchange hands, and, well, I think it would have been good until the whole Disney part. Like, yeah, well, how would they freaking fit with Disney? It's like, Disney, well, if it wasn't Disney, then I don't know who would freaking grab it at this point. So it had to be Disney.